What is up, guys? Anders here with another episode of Starting Over, our EU progression series. It's been a while since my last real episode where I get to talk to you guys, but no worries, I haven't quit the series or anything. Just needed a bit of a break from the game in general, and I'm back with some progress to show you guys. So last time, we pretty much were left with PRI armor, TET Kzarka, TET Dandy, quest earrings and quest rings, and no belt or no necklace. So pretty much a failure all around. So I came back to the game late March and I started to buy two TRI blue coral earrings for about 120 million silver each to make up some decent AP for the money. It was good value. That gave us 4 AP increase over the Oath earring and Ambolith earring, which are both 8 AP earrings that we were using. And that was around the start of the earring portion of the anniversary event. We got really lucky and hit TRI, so we got a free TRI Narc, which immediately led me to selling the 2 blue coral earrings we just bought, and I bought a TRI Narc for about 505 mil. I think I min priced it and then someone actually sold it to me. A steal if you ask me. Now around this time I wanted to change things up, so I sold my TET Kzarka, I sold my TET Dandy for Tamer, as well as the rest of my Tamer weapons, and bought PRI Ranger weapons at min price. I didn't buy a PRI Nuver, I just bought a PRI Kutum. And I was able to get them at min price because apparently no one plays Ranger. And as much as I enjoyed Tamer, Ranger is still more enjoyable to play for me personally, so I decided to just play what I know and move on from there. Now the option was there to spend 60 euros on weapon swap coupons, but that seemed a bit egregious, so I decided against it. Now luckily we did hit TET on the Dandy recently, so we're slowly making back the TETs we sold, and with the money I ended up buying a PRI Crescent and enhancing it to Duo on one tap, and then one tapping it to TRI, giving us our softcap rings done, since we have the Capotia ring for hitting level 61, which acts like a Crescent Guardian ring at TRI. Would have been nice to get a free TRI attempt by using the event Duo Crescent ring they gave you, but unfortunately due to the ban I missed out on some days, and during the belt event I ended up losing some of the money we had to make 2 TRI Bassi attempts. So overall it cost us about 500 million silver to make a TRI Bassi, as it luckily went up on the second attempt. Now, which means we got our TRI Bassi back, we got 2 TRI Crescent rings, and then during the Ogre Ring event, the necklace wasn't too nice to me, so I decided to go for TRI with the duo they gave us, and luckily one tapped it to TRI. So that means that thanks to the event and lower prices, we managed to hit softcap accessories, and a couple of weeks I was back. Our armor is pretty much PRI and duo still, since the closing of Shadow Arena has hampered my memory fragment collection, but that just means I need to do a lot more grinding in Valencia to get some scroll runs when I can. Now speaking of leveling, my Ranger is currently level 59, should hit 60 this weekend with the new Fever Time Extra XP bonus event we're going to have, and I'm doing okay on skill points, but still need about 600 more to get most of the skills I like to use at level 60 plus. Now main hand and offhand are TRI at the moment. A lot of them failed to go TET, so I made a bunch of TET attempts on those and failed, but our Dandy did hit TET on a fairly high stack. It was actually going to be my last click before I was going to shelve that stack for a future TET accessory attempt, but luckily it went up on the Dandy and not on the Kzarka, for example. And now money-wise, I spent a big chunk on it on some sailboat gear since I've started getting into more ocean content. Though that purchase was purely for fun and not really efficient, as sea monster hunting has been nerfed and is not exactly the easiest thing to get into. Still, I've had some fun times out on the ocean recently, so hoping to do more of that stuff moving forward. Now, my mentality is to basically try to enjoy the game more and not worry too much about progressing every week. So hopefully these episodes can become more casual as I tell you about what I'm thinking throughout the week as I set weekly goals for myself. Now, the sea monster hunting aspect of things won't really come to fruition anytime soon. You need a guild full of people dedicated to hunting on a weekly quota, and at the moment, my guild is in a bit of a rebuilding stage. The reason for that is because we hit a bit of a guild drama, some spicy stuff. So, as I mentioned earlier, I needed a break from the game, so I wanted to pass leadership of Vesper to someone else who would continue improving Vesper into the future. Now, we had about 50 or so members at the time, and things were going okay considering everything that was happening. And I asked one of my officers to take lead, and they accepted, and that was that. I personally left the guild thinking it was probably for the best. Vesper will continue to go on to become a decent guild, and I can figure out what I want to do with the EU progression series, because at that time, I had just hit 261 AP on NA, so I was planning on just playing that account and making more grind guides, which I missed doing. But about a week after I left, I was getting messages of people in Vesper who were asking me to come back, and it was probably a good idea to go back to something I created. Like, I am still kind of responsible for the guild, and it made sense. It was silly for me to have left in the first place, so I asked if I could come back. The leader said, yeah, it's fine, no problem. I didn't have any anticipation of taking leadership back, but I just came back and I joined, and I was happy with just taking a member role rather than be guild leader again. It was soon after that, though, that there was a sort of financial crisis in the guild. A lot of people were getting high payments per day, but not enough people were doing guild quests, which meant there was no money coming into the guild. So the guild funds were depleting really fast. A simple solution to that, guys, is just do guild quests. They give you so much money, but no one was doing them. And the few who would ask for them would get shut down with officers replying some guild quests weren't worth doing, so they're not going to pop them. So this whole thing blew up about a day before my birthday, so about a week and a half ago from this video, and all of a sudden I log in and I have no guild. So it said that I got kicked. I checked my Discord messages, and one of my Vesper guildies sent me a message saying that they got kicked from the guild as well, and they were furious. And I checked the guild Discord, and there was suddenly a message about the guild disbanding. What the fuck was my honest first reaction. So I talked to my guildie and I asked him if he knows what happened, and he sends me a screenshot of the last messages before he got kicked. And it was basically, some members shitting on the new guildmaster for not dealing with the money situation well and being AFK all the time. And the guildmaster's response after that was that they were disbanding the guild. Thank you for your time. The guild is no longer going to be a thing. I obviously tried to contact that GM personally, but it was too late. Vesper was gone, completely deleted and disbanded. So first thing I did after that happened, I created a ticket. I sent it to support asking to help us out, since, we just lost the guild and we worked really fucking hard to build up that guild for the last couple of months. And at the same time, I made a new guild, thinking it was going to be a temp guild just in case people needed to go somewhere. And I contacted a few core members from when I first started the guild, asking them if they knew anything about what was happening. Now, my thought process at the time was to basically have a new guild ready in case we can't get Vesper back, so people have somewhere to go. But at the same time, maybe start rebuilding with a different mentality, maybe more PvP focused or something. Just have something to consolidate the people that I trust moving forward. So there was basically an hour notice before the guild was disbanded, so not many people knew what was happening. Turns out that the financial crisis was so bad that a small group of people, mainly officers and the guildmaster, decided it was better to kill the guild and start a new one than try and fix the problem in Vesper. They didn't want to pay, I guess, the money to change the name of the guild or whatever. They just wanted to kill the guild and start over. Well, support got back to me basically saying, "You're shit out of luck, kid. We can't do anything. Once the guild is gone, it's gone." So I was left in a bit of shock and disappointment, I guess is how I would describe it. I don't blame anyone but myself. I let leadership of the guild out of my hands, and it all went to shit after that. So that's on me. So about a week ago, we created a new guild. Had I known we couldn't get Vesper back, I would have just called it Vesper. But, now we're just focusing on building up the skills again and eventually participating in some node wars soon. But this time around, I think it's a good idea to be a little bit more selective about who we bring into the guild, so we won't be expanding too quickly. So far, we've gotten all the major combat buffs already. I mean, I'm surprised how quickly we've grown in terms of guild funds and guild skills. We have about 300 mil in guild funds already, and we're slowly adding more people. Mostly we're looking for active players looking to do T1 node wars and who are looking for a tight-knit community, since this guild won't be growing to the size that Vesper was. It's going to be a lot smaller than that. There is a gear score and age suggestion this time around, but it's just, it's flexible as long as you're just nice, to be honest. And with Shadow Arena gone, guild activities have sort of taken a hit as well. So I'm hoping to check out Savage Rift, Valterra Training, and Sea Monster Hunting as replacements for something to do with guildies as we build towards Node Wars. Now, if you're interested, let me know on Discord. Right now, I'm trying to get a few more active people so I can run guild quests at night, since you need at least 3 people online to start guild quests and 10 people online to receive the weekly welfare payments. Now, my tag on Discord is Anders #0228, so just message me over there and I'll let you know if there's any spots left. But right now, I have about 5 mil in the bank personally. We have 235 Kutum AP. Our DP is pretty bad, but I can grind Nagas for about 22 minutes before I need to go and repair my gear. At the moment, I can grind Centaurs for money, Nagas for Blackstones, and Gahaz for scrolls. Centaurs is the only spot out of the 3 that I honestly truly enjoy, but my durability makes it difficult staying there for long periods of time. So instead, what I've done is just spamming Timber guild quests. The small ones give you 7 million in guild funds, for I think just collect 360 timber or whatever. And you collect half of what you make for the guild, and it takes you about 10 to 20 minutes to complete each one. I channel swap once I finish the quest, and I immediately start another one. You're giving your guild basically skill points, XP, and money, as well as collecting some money on top of what you already make from gathering, which is quite good money if you sell Kafirs to the market. Another thing you should be doing is getting your alts to level 55, and then run the Valencia 1 quest line. It will reward you with 5 20 fail stack Advice of Elks, 3 30 fail stack Advice of Elks, and 1 50 stack for about 2 hours of questing. This can be repeated on every character that you have that's at level 55. So that's going to be a really good way to get some cheap TRI and TET attempts on your gear. Super good. So far for the next week, I'm going to be focusing on leveling to 60, maybe pushing to 61 since we have the AP for it. Just need to make some money to repair my gear so I'm not having to go back to town every 20 minutes. Also, I'm starting to work on increasing my energy and contribution pool by completing knowledge entries and doing some daily quest grinding in Dragon. And I still have a lot of alts to level to 55 to get those fail stacks as well. So lots to do to keep me busy for the next week. And if you're interested in getting in touch with me in the game, you can whisper me at Stadia since I changed my family name. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this video. I'll be getting back into making more videos in the coming weeks, so let me know if you have any specific videos you want to see. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. Subscribe and like if you want to see more videos like this progression series, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye.